In his final novel, published during his lifetime, master of speculative fiction Michael Crichton delivers a blistering, satirical, and frighteningly pathetic look at the unregulated world of corporate biotechnology. Instead of focusing on a single isolated facility, the narrative weaves together a sprawling web of interconnected storylines to expose a world where the human genome has been completely commercialized. The plot follows Frank Burnet, a man who successfully beat cancer, only to discover that his defense attorney and a massive biopharmaceutical firm, Biogen, have legally trademarked his unique disease-resistant cells. When Burnet tries to withdraw his cooperation, he finds himself hunted by corporate bounty hunters legally authorized to harvest his and his grandson's genetic material. Meanwhile, a collection of bizarre subplots unfold. A transgenic chimpanzee named Dave who can speak fluent English, an unfaithful husband trying to use gene therapy spray to fix his marriage, and researchers manipulating animal behavior for corporate espionage. The narrative is a brilliant, dark exploration of the corporate Frankenstein and genetic feudalism archetypes. Crichton extensively utilizes the transgenic mutation and patent absurdity tropes, turning everyday life into a legal and biological minefield where a person's own body parts can be claimed as private corporate property. The book explores the hyper-commercialized science dynamic, detailing how the rush to secure lucrative genetic patents completely erodes scientific ethics, leaving academia entirely dependent on venture capital and marketing firms. Crichton's writing style in Next is fast-paced, episodic, and unapologetically cynical, structured like a series of erratic evening news flashes or internet headlines. He excels at infotainment disruption, punctuating the fictional thriller with real court cases, actual corporate patents, and historical legal precedents regarding tissue ownership. The pacing is a chaotic mosaic, forcing the reader to jump between high-stakes legal battles, remote laboratory disasters, and domestic corporate espionage. The book tackles provocative themes such as the commodification of human life, the legal absurdity of patenting nature, and the unforeseen social consequences of playing with evolutionary code. It poses a terrifyingly relevant question. If a corporation owns the patent to your genes, do you truly own yourself? As Burnet and his family go on the run from corporate lawyers armed with genetic retrieval warrants, the stakes escalate from an intellectual property dispute into a fundamental struggle for bodily autonomy. The slick corporate boardrooms of California and the high-tech testing labs of South America serve as an unforgiving hyper-capitalist backdrop. The narrative tension is sustained by the ubiquitous surveillance element. Because the corporate hunters have access to genetic tracking databases, the characters realize that their own DNA acts as a tracking beacon that they cannot escape. By the final act, Next delivers an explosive, multi-threaded conclusion, accompanied by Crichton's real-world author's postscript, which outlines his specific legislative proposals to ban gene patenting and ensure data transparency. If you love high-concept scientific satires that challenge the boundaries of ethics and law, think authors like Daniel Suarez, Blake Crouch, or James Rollins, this intellectual powder keg is an unsettling, brilliant ride.